Hey Cronation, welcome back to Kale Insider. As you know, I'm Skylar Jenkins.
And I'm Pat McGuire.
And today we start a breath of fresh air with Evergreens Week.
Alright, to first start out, we're going to review their season last year. So the Evergreens finished at 7-3. And they also led the league in Crohn's. And this was the team's first year in the KL. I thought they exceeded a lot of expectations people had of them. Their season came to an end in it was the best game of the KL, of the Cronin League last year. It was the semifinals, and they lost to the Night Owls in a shootout. But this game was just showed the fight that this team has. They were down by, I think it was like 20 points, and Alec Jadaki and Dan Williams both hit Cronums to pull them within 2. And Ryan Malley, with 4 seconds left, comes sprinting through the cross zone all the way across the field to hit the opposite quadrant from where he was, and hits the game-tying shot with no time left, and they just sent it to shootout. They lost in the shootout, though, to the Night Owls, the eventual champions, but I thought this was a great end for them, being a first-year team, and they're definitely going to be hungry this upcoming season to avenge that loss. They probably were thinking, we're going to the championship at that point. So as a team, they scored 1,166 points, so that's good for 117 per game, third best in the league. Defensively, they gave up 1,169 points, and that's 116.9 points a game, so probably about even where they're at. They probably want to get a little better defensively, get that number a little lower. Players that won't be returning to this team are Jeff Yetter, Chris Braze, and Jerry Plesha.
So here's the full Evergreens roster. Ryan Ayers, Sean London, Joe Petrino, Dan Williams, TJ Kane, Alec Jadaki, Jim Oakes, Harold Bolton, Shane Dugan, Eric Repko, Juan Gaskins, Ryan Malley, Vince Rhoda, Dom Petrino, Kevin Hammond, Luke Pinto. The 3 new rookies that they picked up were Eric Repko, Juan Gaskins, and Kevin Hammond. What would you like to say about the rookies?
Alright, so I'll start with Eric Repko. He's a good defender, and he's a very strong, aggressive guy. He's been playing with the Evergreens in the Rec League for years now with their team, the Playful Indian Tribe. He's just always been around these guys. He's a good chemistry guy for them, and he's going to put up some points, and he has a decent jump shot.
Juan Gaskins I want to talk about next. Juan has been working with the league and playing in Cronum Rec Leagues for a while now, and he is just a good, strong player. He's got a great backdoor. He has a strong defense. And one thing I noticed when he plays, he has a very strong stance. He just is not going to be knocked over. You're not going to trip him up. You won't be able to fake him out. He's strong where he stands and guards his point or his wedge. Also, Juan is just a funny, unique guy. I'm really looking forward to having him bring some good personality into the Cronum League. He will always have the best shoes on ever. I remember Juan came to Towson for a tournament, and he came 2 hours early or so to go to the new Foot Locker that opened up in Towson. He apparently knew and bought new shoes for that day. So look forward to seeing him play and look forward to seeing his shoes.
Yes, definitely. And then the last rookie to be added to this squad is Kevin Hammond. He's a wedge back. He has been playing in the Cronum Rec League probably for a little more than a year now, and he is just devastating. He has a cannon of an arm, and he is just a great all-around wedge back. This guy, he doesn't care if there's a defender in him. He's jumping over you, jumping around you. He's getting that ball in the back of the chamber no matter what. He is a potential Rookie of the Year candidate. We will be talking about him all throughout the year, I guarantee it. This is a huge pickup for the Evergreens to get this kid. There was a tournament last year where it went to a shootout, his team, and it went 7 rounds. And he stopped every shot so far, him and this other wedge back. And then finally he gets up. They were like, all right, Kev, you're up. You just take a shot now. He takes it and just buries it like it was nothing and won the game.
I think it's now recorded as the longest shootout in Cronum history.
Definitely. Now is my projected starting lineup for this team. So at crossers, I'm going to have Joe Petrino and Ryan Ayers. Petrino, he can switch to that ranger position. It depends. I can see Sean London coming in. He's another crosser they have. It depends on what they want to do there. If they want to have that the one crosser that can shoot and one crosser that's going to be the passer. Then they're always going to have Joe and Ryan or Joe and Sean there. London's going to be more of that face guarder, though. The Evergreens love to play that face guard defense. So ranges for this team, I'm going to have, as my projected lineup, TJ Kane, Alec Jadaki, Dan Williams, and Harold Bolton. For this Evergreens team, is probably the deepest in the league. They have 8 Rangers on their rosters, and that's not including Joe Petrino, who can also play Ranger there too. Mm-hmm. They can do a lot of switching. They can keep this core always fresh, always moving, and all of them know how to score. It's going to be exciting to see what they do. What I think they're going to start with to go forward, I can see it change. I guarantee it will change throughout the course of the season. Definitely one of the best Ranger cores in the entire league. Wedgebacks, another great core of wedgebacks. Like, this team is going to be a good team next year. So they have Ryan Malley, Don Petrino, Kevin Hammond, and Vince Rhoda. That's who I think is going to be starting there. They also have Luke Pinto, who's probably going to be coming off the bench to give some of those guys a rest during the game. Ryan Malley might be the fastest guy in the league, and he's playing wedgeback, so that's just dangerous right there. Don Petrino, he has one of the best ring shots along with his brother, who has one of the best ring shots too. And then Kevin Hammond, we already talked about. Vince Rhoda is just a big guy that can block those shots, and he's also good for the prime rush at the beginning of the game. So as predictions for this year, this team is definitely thinking championship this year. They won it. They have all the parts they need to make that run deep in the season. They're hungry for it, definitely after last year, how it ended in a shootout. I know this team, they are going to work their butts off to get it. They aren't going to take anything lightly. Every game is going to be a competition. They're not going to downplay any teams that aren't playing well or anything. They're going to give everyone everything, and they're going to be like, all right, we were rookies last year. This is our year now. This is what we're going to do. You better watch out, or you're going to be left in the dust behind them. So definitely look for them in the championship.
I mean, you're talking about how they want the championship. Every team wants the championship, but I think they wanted the championship as like this rookie team coming in last year. If you watch their captain video, they really talk about how they're rookies, but they don't want to be taken as rookies. They have a strong run to the championship, and that shows in their play. They're a very fast team. They're strong, they're quick, and they're clutch when they need it. As we talked about in the Night Owls game. Unfortunately, they lost, but they caught up. They have the fight in them, and they have the ability to catch up and play with these other teams. I think one of the biggest differences is, yeah, every team wants this championship, clearly, but a lot of the other teams are kind of changing around rosters, picking up new rookies, and this team is just staying solid. It's picking up 3 new awesome rookies. They're just going to really be able to grow. I mean, this is their second shot, and they were inches away from that championship selected spot. So I'm really looking forward to them jumping in, having their old guys there, and really giving this Cronum League 5 a second shot. Thanks for tuning in this week to KL Insider. This is Evergreens Week, so we'll be posting up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter our predictions and questions, and we want to hear your feedback. Be sure to follow Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and our new YouTube page so that you can stay updated. I'm Skylar Jenkins.
And I'm Pat McGuire.
And we'll see you around. Also, if you'd like to check out our previous episodes, they're shared right here. And if you'd like to rewatch or watch for the first time the Night Owls vs. Evergreens game, definitely check that out right here.